Starting with a simple system of equations, we have a11x1 plus a12x2, a21x1 plus a22x2. This is equal to b1. This is equal to b2. And so then we can just solve this system of equations and put it in, for example, slope-intercept form. So we just solve for x2. So we just rewrite that. So we say that implies that x2 equals negative a11 over a12. That's times, all that times x1 plus b1 over a12. Okay, so we can do the same thing. x2 equals negative a21 over a22 x2, x1 plus b2 over a22. All right, so now we have these in the familiar form to plot them. So I'm going to go ahead and plot them out. But before we plot them out, let's put numbers in. So let's say that we have the equations x2 equals minus 3/2 x1 plus 9. And then we have also the other equation, x2 equals 1/2 x1 plus 1. All right, so we can go ahead and solve this system of equations. And one of the ways that we can do that is we can do it graphically. So if we just go over here to MATLAB and we just say x2 equals, and we just put in the equations, x2 equals 1/2 x1. Well, let's 1 equals. Well, first we got to figure out what interval we're going to plot it over, and so let me plot it from 0 to 8. 0.01 to 8. All right, so that's my x1, okay, and then my x2, that's where we go, and I'm going to call that equation A. x2a equals x1, well, it's minus 3/2 times x1 plus 9. x2b equals minus, or it's plus 1/2 times x1 plus 1. And so then we're going to plot x1, x2a, x1, x2b. Let's see how that looks. Okie dokie. So we plot that out, and here is the plot. And let's make it a little bigger so we can see it. And then we can see where the two lines cross. I'm just going to put grid on. All right, so they cross at, I don't know, about, here we can zoom in a little bit if we feel like it. So they cross at x1 equals 4, x2 equals 3. So those cross at the point 4, 3, which means that x1 equals 4, x2 equals 3, And that is our solution to this system of equations. I just want to point out here that although it's not too bad to plot out a system of equations in 2 dimensions, so if we have a system of only 2 equations and 2 unknowns, it's not really that big of a deal. But if we're going to try to plot this out in 3 dimensions or more, then we get a little bit of a problem, because if we plot it out in 3 dimensions, then we're seeing where 3 different planes cross. If we plot it out in 4 dimensions, then I don't know, good luck visualizing that. So really, this graphical approach is good for gaining some insight into how the problems behave, but it's not really applicable very easily to higher order systems.